Fire damage, no joke, especially if you don't have to do a lot. And don't tell fun pimps, but there's no durability loss on your torch, so. Welcome back to some 7 Days to Die Alpha 16 gameplay. Today we are starting a new world because our last world is an old version. We are playing Alpha 16 experimental, so we expected that there was going to be new versions that would result in having to start over. So that has been expected. They just released Alpha 16 build 112. What that means is they made some significant changes and they rolled it out to be tested. And they're giving an opportunity to find more bugs and report them on the forums. So if that's your thing, definitely join us in Alpha 16. Test it out for yourself, a lot of the new content. And then definitely participate in the forums, not just for the bugs, to report bugs, but participate in the forums. It's a great environment. Our channel, Crux in here, has our own little section there as well for content creators. So check us out, communicate with us. It's a little bit lonely there for some of the content creators, and there's a lot of great people to discover. So definitely join the conversation there. It's a great community. But we are playing Alpha 16, starting a new world, and we'll see how this goes. Hopefully we don't get stuck having to fight a dire wolf again, especially if they change how you aggro them, because we did get like 5 good shots off of it before it even came at us. So, but we're starting a new world. See how this goes. This might take a minute, might jump ahead here. As with all new world creations, it's going to take a minute to load. Hopefully we don't have any issues. But some new stuff coming out in this new build here. They did put the boars in, and the boars are looking fantastic. So hopefully we can find one of them pretty quickly, because I want to take a look at them for myself for sure. And basically with the boar, it's replacing the pig. But what's cool about the boar is the boar will actually fight you, but it won't aggro on its own. You have to initiate the combat with it. So it's really cool. They're definitely making the environment a little more threatening. I don't predict they're going to do the same with the stag. I think that's always going to be it's going to choose flight versus fight. But it's really cool that the boar, and it looks amazing. It looks intimidating, and it's definitely more realistic to me. I mean, yeah, wild pigs get off the farm during apocalypse, but those aren't going to survive long. It's those boars that's going to be where you find your meat source in the real world. So I approve this change, but I definitely want to get in and take a look at it for myself. Let's see if we could get into this game. We're still loading. Yeah, let's jump ahead here, and we'll continue talking about some of the new stuff in the build 112. All right, well, this is loading up. We're going to continue talking about some of the changes coming with build 112 for Alpha 16. So basically, I'm just going to kind of skim through this for you here. They made some changes to your skills. So the skill screen, one big change, though, is the skill screen now allows you to purchase multiple skills at once. So basically, you could look at all the ranks, but now you could go to, if you don't have any ranks in it, you could go to rank 2 or 3 and just purchase it all at once in bulk, instead of buy 1, then buy 2, and buy 3. So that's a nice little boost, especially when you get into the game and you haven't put much points into some of the other stuff. So you go back to it and you just want to build it up really fast. And then they made some other clarifications for it. The screen now shows for cost of the max out skills. Now shows known for the buy option when you already have purchased that skill. Things like that. So, and they also increase a little bit of how many skills you get as you level up. So they kind of changed some of that up. The big thing is that you could bulk buy it if you want to do so. They also slowed down the player leveling per level a little bit. They're trying to stretch out the gameplay. They don't want you zipping through the levels here, I think. So they're trying to make it more evenly balanced. So you're progressing through the game instead of just jumping ahead. And they're trying to make balancing a little easier, trying to stretch out the game as far as that goes a little bit. If you want a harder game, increase your difficulty. And then, of course, they replace the pigs with the wild boars. Reduce the wood cost of tools and weapons. This is a big one because wood is an issue. So replacing, making wood a little bit more effective by reducing the cost of weapons and tools. That's great. Cobblestone frames no longer exist. The flagstones can be upgraded to cobblestone. This was true for the last build, but now they're removing more. They're removing the cobblestone frame so that you must do flagstone and upgrade into cobblestone. It's no longer an option. The stone axe works better on wood, worse against stone. Hey, go figure. It's an axe, not a pick. The adobe material has been removed from the game completely. Flagstone has been fleshed out with new shapes. So flagstone is kind of taking that place, fulfilling that role that adobe did before. Increase player outgoing damage on higher difficulty levels. For instance, on insane, it is now 0.5 times instead of 0.25 0.25 damage. Game stage increased much faster on higher difficulty levels. So if you're playing a higher difficulty level, you're going to start getting bigger, badder zombies and more of them quicker. Small adjustment to bacon and eggs to match the latest changes. They've been changing around a lot of the food and stuff. Well, this is fantastic. I'm in the snow biome. That's always a bummer. I'm going to start collecting a little bit here, and I'm going to try to kind of read through the rest of these for you. There's not a whole lot. We're almost through them. They reduce the probability of the vultures in the horde. Obviously, those fly around, so it kind of disrupts the horde a little bit. So they reduce them because their AI just doesn't make sense for the horde. You can't always kill them, so it kind of slows down the horde. I think that was the reasoning there. But they do want them in the horde because they do provide that aerial threat, definitely. The compound bow draws faster than the wooden bow, so they're trying to give more incentive that is a superior weapon, as it should be. Vultures had too much fun swimming, so the relevant AI task was removed. I didn't see any of this, but it sounds like they're spending a little too much time in the water, especially after taking a bite of me. Can't be swimming. 30 minutes. 30 minutes after eating. Rebalance wildlife so there are less larger mammal and more rabbits and chickens. I fully support this because, as you saw in our last video, we're running into wolves like crazy. We had to fight a dire wolf. And I was just playing a little bit of this build even last night with Bearded Gamers on their event server, which was a lot of fun. A lot of people playing. It was a good time watching them talk about the game. But, still ran into a bear. Heard other people shouting bear and dire wolves. We definitely want to see them. But before, literally, in my video, we saw 2 bears, like 3-4 wolves. And then the dire wolf, they're just crazy. So definitely good to find more of those chicken and rabbits, a little more friendlier. What else we got here? Rebalance the wildlife. There are more zombies in the wild and towns as a result, except in the snow biome, which is still low population, but made of harder zombies like lumberjacks. So that completely makes sense, and that's what people have been looking for. They need more zombies in the towns, not just inside the buildings as sleepers. Compound bow draw faster is making it better than the wooden bow in every way. I don't know why they repeated that, but like I said, as it should be better in every way. Miscellaneous crafting is now a perk. Added descriptions to painting blocks. Increased harvest amount on stone tools. That's fantastic because that's also going to increase how much wood you get, which people were kind of complaining about. Wood is. I still feel like wood needs some work because it still makes more sense to jump to cobblestone, or at least flagstone, and then upgrade to cobblestone, because wood is still kind of hard to come by. Definitely a little bit better. Like I said, I played a little bit yesterday. Definitely felt a little bit, it made more sense getting wood. But I still think it needs a little bit of work. It's still too much of a resource to be skipping over in the early stages. Increases the chance of occasionally finding a house empty of zombies. So I really like that. I don't think every house you should be expecting to find. I think it should be kind of a bonus to find an empty house. And I don't know if that changes on the spawn rate of sleepers, because obviously we know there's a spawn rate to them. And I think what I heard is if you clear out the whole building you could go 5 days without those sleepers respawning. I still don't like the idea of them respawning, especially if I'm trying to use it as my living quarters. But it at least does that. But the question would be, if it's already empty of them, is there a chance that at some point zombies would spawn? Or is those sleeper spawns always identical? So every 5 days I could go back to the same location and know exactly where to find each zombie, sort of thing. So I question that. We'll have to explore that. I'll try to get that answer back to you guys. Max alive in horde stages ramps up a little quicker. That's been an issue for some people. They get to like this, they understand the first horde is going to be pretty easy, but they start getting to the second and third, and they're still wondering, what's taken so long. And granted, they are more experienced players, in a lot of cases, but still, we want to see it ramp up to make sense to where you should expect to be. If players need it to be easier, there's easier difficulties they could go to make things easier on themselves. And then they optimize queue frames a little bit more and things like that. And then there's a whole bunch of other fixes they did. Just little bugs, pretty much. They added more descriptions. They're kind of fleshing out the game. There's a lot of things that didn't have descriptions. So a lot of other little bugs, fixes they've kind of gone through. Some known issues, though, not to be reporting on. Hunted status is still not working. Clipping issues with bears, wolves, and spider zombies are still an issue, and things like that. And then, of course, remember, if you're going to report bugs or anything like that, make sure you install the newest version of the game. Make sure you're playing on a new, fresh world, for the experimental. All right, let's catch up here a little bit, gather some of our supplies before we start getting some lumberjack zombies. We are going to start freezing eventually. I'm really excited about some of these changes, so I'm really comfortable with it. I know a lot of people are going to have issues just because, their precious game. Oh, this is beautiful, beautiful blueberries. Especially since their game that they've grown to love has changed on them. But I think all these changes are stupid vulture. All these changes are really good. I think it's doing a lot for the game. The game feels like it's more of a challenge at the beginning. There's more to do. You feel like you're actually surviving. I'm collecting some snowberries specifically here because I know I'm going to need them. Like I said, I played a little bit yesterday on a server, but it's still going to be representative of how the game's going to kind of play. I found it very hard to get food. I was starving, and I was eating everything I can get. And these vultures are still... Why is the vulture the first thing I come across? These things are wicked hard. Get my torch out and see if we can set on fire. Look at this. That took a chunk out of me. I'm bleeding already. There we go. And I'm infected, so day 1 already infected. I just don't see the point of those vultures. They're too bad to get on the first day like that. So we have a lot to deal with already. It didn't help that we started off reviewing some of the changes, so we have a lot of catch up to do. We're infected, so we need to find something for that. Where did my vulture go? I lost track of them already. If I'm going to get attacked by a vulture, I should at least get all the feathers off him. Where did he go? Maybe that's still an issue. That was an issue before. I'll have to skim through the notes again, see if that's still an issue. It looks like it is, that those vultures just fall right through the world. So that's great. I don't even get rewarded for killing it. That's alright. We'll manage. At least it's not a dire wolf or a wolf. Like I said, our survival does not look great at this moment. We're already infected. Alright, so let's just get this rolling. We'll get our bedroll out. I don't want to eat these too quickly because I believe they'll still make me sick. But we are going to eat them as we go to keep our food up a little bit. Because like I said, food tends to be a little difficult at first. And as you can see, we are getting wood pretty nicely. I do like where the direction they're going with it, but I still feel like wood is still a little hard to come by, especially when I get established at all. I'm making flagstone. It's too easy not to. Are you serious? If I start bleeding again, I'm dead. I'm gonna have to run. These things follow you like crazy. Look at that. 2 vultures, and I'm a few minutes in the game. This is brutal. There it comes. It's coming in for its dive. All right. Get out of here. Man, I'm bad at swinging at it. Ah, come here. Stamina too. Stamina is very low. You run out of it very easy. Ooh, there's a little house over there. We'll head that way. Get some shelter from this. Get our bow rolling by then. Let's see. Come on. Huh. That was a little difficult to pick up. Let's see, the vulture, leave me alone. And there's the zombies spawning already. Oh, I'm getting mixed up again. Where was I heading? I think I was heading this way. Hopefully that vulture is going to leave me alone. That bunny would have been nice to have. Alright, we're going to get another axe out of the way for the quest. Like I said, bedroll doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I like to have my axe and start getting resources as quick as possible. Alright, this bunny wants me to eat it. I think that's what's going on here. No, he's not going to let me have him. Stay away from the lumberjack if we can. So those are my 2 biggest complaints right now. Is these vultures. They come a little too early for me, especially for how strong they are, and they're hard to avoid. They detect you from far distance, and they generally don't leave you alone. Maybe he left me alone because I got a nice hit off of him. And then I moved away. Maybe that's the secret. So maybe it's just another thing to get used to. I don't want to be one of those people that are anti-change, but they are brutal. Especially, you know, if you're a new player and there's just no way to survive right at the beginning. That makes things a little hard. So maybe some kind of tool tip to warn you about some of these things in the beginning might be useful. I hear it. I hear it again. Nice log cabin. I'm not finding any clothing. I'm gonna freeze. I still hear that vulture. Where is he though? There he is. Yeah, he's coming for me. Or he's dancing. We'll leave him. We'll leave him to dance with himself. Look at that. Dire wolf. Killing a lumberjack. Oh boy. Gonna try to steer clear of that. Alright. Let's see if we quickly get our next quest done. before that vulture or that dire wolf kills us. Not much we could do. If the dire wolf kills us, we're not going to get lucky like we did in the last video and get some easy hits off of it. Where did you come from, buddy? The torch might be a nice beginning weapon. Check it out. He's on fire like we did against the vulture. Fire damage, no joke. Especially if you don't have to do a lot. And don't tell fun pimps, but there's no durability loss on your torch, so... Let's see if we can get him on fire, and then we'll try to use our stone axe for some more damage. So this is going to take a while. Let's keep moving this way. The dire wolf was that way. Look at that. He runs probably a little faster than I naturally run backwards, and we're out of stamina. So this is going to be a hard one. Let's go stone axe. Oh, he got me. Let's try to get some more stamina back. We don't have our bow yet. This is why you need all this stuff before you start moving around. Just quickly get your fiber for your bedroll and your clothing. Oh, we're bleeding. We're dead anyways. Let's extend our life a little bit. Let's see if we can throw our bedroll down real quick, so we don't have to go exploring again. I'm sorry guys, this was a lame start. That's the snow biome for you. Vultures, apparently. Lumberjacks and dire wolves. Right from the beginning. I don't want to be an Alpha 16 hater, but I think it should be better. Might not have been the smartest decision. I should have just let it respawn me, but I don't want to be like that. I wanted this house. I'm going to get this house. Forget it. We're going to get the bow real quick here. We gotta. Can't follow the quest. How's that for... Oh, wow. Okay. We're not going to miss anymore. I guess it helps when he's laying down. Alright, and shoes. We still need shoes. Alright, no indication of a way out of the snow biome. I'm not particularly excited about living in the snow biome, so we're going to try to move out of it as quickly as possible here. Hopefully no other issues come up. I'm just going to grab this real quick before I forget about it. Feathers are definitely, as always, hard to find. I think that, you know, there is a bit more of them and more opportunity for them, especially with the vultures. But still, you want to grab them when you can. All right. Do we have one of those new higher spawn sleeperless houses? We might. Hear that vulture out there still. No, that's not what I wanted. Trying to wake someone up in there so he could open it for me. There he is. Come on, buddy. There you are. Ooh. A little utility worker of some sort. Oh, two of them. Oh, this guy's being tricky. There we go. Not too bad. Finding that clothing I wasn't finding outside at all. Wonder if that's a thing. No more hiding clothing outside. People hide them in the houses where you would expect to find it. Oh, I'd love to get into that. That would take a while, so we're probably gonna have to move on from it. Like I said, I don't plan on sticking around very long. Bookshelves are awesome, except this one. I was looting a daycare. Fabulous place for recipes. Bookshelves galore, and I was finding like 2 recipes on some of them. It was insane, and then I even found a double recipe, so. Or a duplicate, I mean. So definitely, if you see a daycare, hit it up. Obviously, the bookstore, equally good. Obviously, it's a bookstore. Alright, I think we're done here. We're going to move on. There we go. That's a nice thing to find. Let's get some of our new clothes on. There we go. I'm looking fancy. Yeah, we'll go with something a little more practical. We're already filling up quite a bit on our loot. We're going to keep this for clean water. Water could be hard to find, so we're going to keep that around. Bullet tips, I would like to keep those around. Used up all my wood, is that it? Alright, we're already pretty full. We don't have increased drop rate, so that's exciting. We're gonna, you know what? We're gonna follow this road. I know we saw the dire wolf this way, but you know, I'm just gonna drop some paper now. We don't need it. We're gonna see if we can make sure we avoid the dire wolf, because I do want to stay on the road, so we can see if we can come across a city or a city. Yeah, a city or some kind of house to live in more permanently, hopefully in a different biome. Should we try to score some meat? We are being followed. Yeah. I'm not gonna... yeah, we're not gonna chase them. Especially if there's a dire wolf in the area. We'll just leave that alone. Oh, they're taunting me. If we get a nice headshot on it, it could be okay. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Let's make some more room. You know what? We're gonna scrap some stuff here. We don't have room for all this. Don't have room. We already have a duster. We'll wear that one. A little higher quality. Replace these already. Oh, no room. Should have got a bone back there for a shiv, so remember to at least get 1 bone off a zombie corpse. Oh, he's still following us. So you have a shiv. Should get more meat and stuff off of it. More leathers, which would be good for building your forge right away. not going to deal with them again. I think I hear another vulture. And we have more guys on us, so we're out of here. Moving on. And since we died once, we died once, we're already even lower on our stamina. So that's not super exciting. This is sad to see. This is kind of a funky road. Let's get up it. There we go. Nice highway. I see a nice building off distance, although that looks like nicer biome, but that looks like an awesome building. And it also looks like it's right in another biome. So we'll go to the city. We'll go to the city because that's what we wanted. That's what we set out for. Just checking that we avoided the lumberjack. Oh wow, look at this. Look at, we have some skyscrapers. It's a very destroyed city, but look at that. That is a beautiful city right there. That's exciting. Let's see, what resource are we low on? Low on the wood. Try to keep our supplies a little bit longer here. Oh, there he is. Thought I heard something. Moving on. Snatch up these blueberries. Nice food source. I don't know about you guys, but I enjoy getting a farm going pretty early too. Because I like having a nice food source. And I haven't seen a lot of people explore the farms yet, so I'm curious on the benefit on some of the foods. Because a lot of people, they don't seem to like getting, almost dropped right in on him. Hey buddy. They don't seem to like getting the farms right away. So I really don't know much about the changes to the food that they're doing. I do know things like meat pie, at least in the previous build, was taking a lot more meat to create, like 5 meat, I believe, or something like that. But it was also giving a lot more wellness, increasing your maximum wellness, which is phenomenal. So things like that, for sure, are changes we know of already. But I'm not familiar with much else than that. Like we saw in the patch notes for this build, this new build, that they're changing even the bacon and eggs some more. So there must be other changes. Oh, look at this. This looks fantastic. It's filled with these destroyed skyscrapers. Oh, this city's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully we get to explore it. Oh, nice. Construction zone over there. Here we go. Some corn for my farm. I'm going to grab the goldenrod too. Can't get the cotton right now. But look at this. You have some zombies already, we see. Oh, this looks like a really good set. Oop. Hello, buddy. Just gonna back away slowly. It is getting dark, so we're gonna get away from this wolf. And I think we're gonna live on the roof of this cabin over here. We're not gonna worry about emptying it out. This vulture might cause us some problems. I guarantee he's going to cause us some problem. Oh, we have 0 wood. Why do we have 0 wood? Oh, he is still following us. And that vulture's on us now. Wow, he really followed us quite a ways, didn't he? That was impressive. Alright, so we might be in trouble here again. Spending too much time talking, I'm getting distracted. As you can see, early game is definitely no joke. But I'm a little embarrassed. This is kind of not not the way I prefer to play. Just dying all the time. This is ridiculous. We need him to stop following us. Alright. Not gonna use that for a while. Don't need one steel arrow. Alright. Come at me, bro. That lumberjack is still coming at us. And it is getting late. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Alright, we might have to deal with this lumberjack. Alright, we have a few arrows left. Might as well use them now. Look at that. See? I do know how to use the bow once in a while. Goodbye. Alright, we need to focus. Yeah, we don't really need hunting parts right now. Don't need rotting flesh. And we need wood. There we go. Some easy wood sources. Try to avoid the zombie if we can. I'd like to gather some yucca. That'd be nice off these cactuses. That's also a nice little food source. It's decent to grow as well. Oh, this guy's going to come at us anyways. We use the rest of our arrows on him. Right. Wow, that looks nice. I'd love to see that. And check this flat land out. Now, is this not a base building area or what? I know that's one thing some people had an issue with. It seemed harder to find flat land for a nice base, but these plains are fantastic. This is going to be a good place to be. Plenty to loot. The city looks fantastic. Looking forward to some of these skyscrapers. Hopefully we can get into them. Going to try to get some more videos out for you guys. I know my last ones were slim, but going to get some more out. So we want to make sure we get into this build for sure. Didn't see any of those boars yet. I would have thought I would have saw them when I ran out into these plains. A lot of stags though. Just gonna get a little more wood here. No reason to dehydrate. So there's something off in the distance there, maybe another city. It's not uncommon for two cities to be pretty close together. I don't see any zombies in there, but we'll play it safe and we'll just live on the roof. It'll be good. Nothing's detecting us so far. Obviously, we're exposed to vultures, but I think we'll be okay. Killed the one vulture that was near us, so it shouldn't be an issue. I know this isn't probably going to do anything, but is that a Hawaiian out there? I think that might be a Hawaiian zombie out there. Those guys are tough. The bikers aren't nearly have as much health as those Hawaiian zombies have. And we are overheating. Let's get rid of this duster. We don't need to be wearing that. And we'll find a new one. We don't need that right now. change up our pants. We don't need to be wearing a suit. This is pretty much it. I think I'm just going to camp out here, kind of get a couple things rolling just to last the night. Maybe cook up some of the meat so I have a little bit of food to get, so I'm ready to go tomorrow. As you can see, we extended our day. I know I didn't show you the setup. It was pretty much the same as the last video. Our days were a little bit longer, and it's already over. This is already over. It sucked up our time. We did have a death in there, but just dealing with the vultures and dealing with the persistent zombies, avoiding wolves and dire wolves, it sucked up our time so bad. I think that is one of the goals, obviously. I like it. It is making, it's stretching out how much time you have available for stuff. So it's definitely putting more of a skill into surviving, which is great. It's no more easy mode. You can't just spam your arrows and have a really strong bow right off the beginning and slaughter zombies. I'm out here surviving, and I have to choose to avoid zombies at the beginning because I don't have the supplies and the arrows to fight them, or the time to fight them. I have to make hard decisions. I have to decide where I'm going to camp. I have to decide what point of interest I'm going to explore at the beginning, because you can't do it all at the beginning. It's day 1. You're level 1. So next video, we'll set off. We'll probably have to secure a food source and water source right away. As you can see, I do not see any water. So we're going to have to find some of these critical elements. We might have to live off to yucca water. But we're going to have to secure that because you need that to survive. And then hopefully we could start hitting the city. Hopefully. It's a time sink dealing with these zombies. But we'll probably start doing that. Maybe we'll start making a little base of our own close to the city, so we don't have to worry about sleepers and a pre-established point of interest. But yeah, so that's going to be the next video. We're going to kind of be establishing ourselves and getting, use up some of our skills. This alpha is looking great, though. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Hope you guys are enjoying the video. Let me know down in the comments what you like, what you don't like. Hoping to improve this. Definitely want to ramp up my content that I'm putting out for you. There is some real life aggro, as always, but I'm enjoying making the videos. I'm enjoying playing this game, among others. So I hope you guys are enjoying it too. So let me know what you like, what you don't like in the comments. If you like the video, go ahead and let me know below. Leave me a like, and of course subscribe. I hope to see you guys next time. This is Cruxin, and as always, keep surviving. I'll see you guys next time.